Our focus to some more news that is coming in. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will of course be visiting China from August 31st to September 1st. He will also be attending the Shanghai Cooperation Organization summit in Tianjin. This meet between both the nations plays a very important role during a time when US President Donald Trump is imposing heavy tariff rates across countries. Along with this, during his visit, the Prime Minister is also expected to hold bilateral meetings with several leaders attending the SCO summit. So those of course are the big updates that we're tracking. The Prime Minister is set to visit China from August 31st to September 1st. Now this visit is of course to primarily take part in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization summit, which is to be held in Tianjin. But I have with me Ambassador Suresh Goel, former diplomat, joining me on the broadcast as we take a look at this very significant visit by the Prime Minister. So the Prime Minister is all set to reach China on August 31st to attend the SCO summit. Now this of course comes after the Chinese foreign minister was in India recently, where he very categorically called out unilateral bullying, of course hinting at the United States. So when we take a look at US President Donald Trump's tariff impositions and his comments over the past few weeks, how important do you view this visit of the Prime Minister to China?
I would like to basically say a slightly different thing, both in the context of our relationship with China, Russia, and the USA, but taking it away from the behavior like bullying from Trump, whatever he does. But the point really here is that a country like India cannot commit itself just to relationship with one country, whether it is USA or Russia or China. We have diversity of interest with the different countries. We need to balance our interest with the different countries so that unilateral action by one country does not impact on our own national interests. And from that point of view, I think safeguarding our relationship with both Russia and China and Japan are very, very important, so that we have the leverages and we have the room to play around and work on our interest. I hope that I'm clear in what I'm saying. And from that point of view, even though there are huge areas of differences, and some are very critical, like the boundary issue between India and China, but I think it is equally important that despite all the differences, we build our relationship with that country to see that we have that kind of multipolarity perspective of our relationship. Japan is also important from the point of view of Indo-Pacific. The future of Quad could be in a bit of a doubt looking at the behavior of President Trump and the USA, whether they will be interested any further in Quad or not. But if Australia and Japan are interested, then we need to continue to work on regional security structures. Yes.
Well, sir, we've also seen that previously External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and Defence Minister Rajnath Singh were also in China for their respective SCO summits. But what we saw was Defence Minister Rajnath Singh refusing to sign the SCO document, as it did not mention Pahalgam, which is something which came out of that summit. But now that relationships between the two countries is warming up, and we see both of them trying to deal with the United States tariffs, do you think that there will be a change in China's position as well when it comes to India?
I don't know, and I will not like to again basically focus on that part. See, the relationship between China and Pakistan, which was basically also the reason for China, I suppose, not to accept any references to Pahalgam in the statement, stands. I think the relationship between China and Pakistan is not going to go away anytime sooner. And therefore, if we have reservations on what happens in that relationship, which impacts on our own security, we'll take a view. Rajnath Singh ji took a good view, and we stuck to it. And again, today, I would say that if there is anything which is impacting on our security structures, we will take a view even if it is not in favor of China. But what I'm saying here is that we do not have to take a monochromatic view that either everything is good with is in our favor or nothing is in our favor. There are areas which will go against China. There are areas where we will not agree. But let us leave that for the time being. We will work on those differences and also work on the areas where we have a commonality of interest and support those areas. Trade is one of them. We should build on our trade, investment, trade investment, technology transfers, etc., services. These are all very, very important areas, not just bilaterally, but for the regional stability, regional economic growth, including in Southeast Asia and Indo-Pacific. So select the areas where we can work together and let us go ahead on those areas.
Well, yes, sir. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us here on NewsX.